Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. First things first, I want to give a quick shout out and thank you to all the channel members. Thank you all so much. And then to invite any of you guys that might be coming through, checking out the content, I appreciate you watching the content. And I invite you, if so inclined, to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification down there. It really helps the channel out and notify you when I release new content. Today we have got a knife here that is very special to me, and it's a very cool knife because it's designed, it's a Kizer. This is the Kizer Phoenix. This knife I found out about at Blade Show 2023. It was a total surprise to me. I did not know that Brother Faction, who designed this knife, and whose knife this is named after, had been even working on a knife. I had no idea. So when I walked up to their booth and saw it, I was just blown away. It is a very unique knife, not something that I normally would gravitate towards, but since I've had it, I have really enjoyed it, and I'm going to show you several reasons why. This knife is made very, very well. It is one of the high-end, I say high-end, for Kizer, it is one of the premium line. It is S35 VN on the blade steel. You've got S35 VN, you've got Kizer, you've got this little fuller area here, you've got nice jimping, a nice swedge on the clip side. You've got Faction's logo, his sticker or his maker's mark, and then you've got the name of the knife, Phoenix. It is a concealed liner lock, so it is absolutely drop shutty. I'm horizontal about 12 inches over a table, so I can't really turn it sideways, but it is absolutely fall shut. What has impressed me about this knife, the blade for one, and we'll get to that because this blade style is not what I normally go to, but I definitely see a lot of useful applications for this blade. But the handle and the way that the handle fits my hand is 100% comfortable. I have no hot spots on this handle. The clip is done very, very well, does not protrude or have any sharp areas that pop up. The handle is also shred carbon fiber. It is, I'm colorblind, guys, but I see black, I see gray, I see little pops of orange and light blue. I find it to be very unique, very pleasing, and it's contoured here on the edge, on the sides, so it's very soft in the hand. You've got this nice aluminum bolster that really just makes the knife stand out. With this blacked out blade, the black bolsters, black hardware, and this super cool carbon fiber handle. Again, I've not seen one with any color combination, any even similar. But the big question is, how does that blade work? This blade is so slicey. You can use every inch of the blade. You've got this very, very pronounced belly. It just grabs material. Really anywhere. Whoops. But that blade really seems to pull and hold on to material. I have not stropped this knife. I have not done anything except cut a bunch of stuff with it. I've cut bamboo with it in the backyard. I have whittled wood with it. I have cut paper with it. I've broken down a couple of boxes, and it's still just as sharp as it can be. Even though this tip is not what I normally like, it is so pokey and it's so astute that I think it's converted me to something that I do like. I think of this as kind of a Persian upswept blade. But when you think about it in a Slurpee saver environment, or if you think about it needing to just get into things, right? If you need to use that point, it might not be great for utility cuts, but you've got that belly. But in terms of having a very, very astute point, this is a splinter picker, guys. I think the look of the knife is gorgeous. I just think it really hits really well. When you look inside, you've got steel liners, but you've got very, just a lot of weight relief. Let's see if you guys can see down in there. So your liners are very much skeletonized and they're fully inset. So you don't see any of those scales behind that carbon fiber. That's really all you see is that carbon fiber. And that flipper tab also kind of doubles and flips around there as a really nice handguard in case you were going to use this to pierce or to puncture. You've got a flipper tab deployment. This very low angle, doesn't stick out too much, very well jimped. I can finger push it or push button it, or I can give it the light switch. I can use those thumb studs. Just a fantastic knife. I haven't been able to get the fuller yet, and I haven't been able to flip it off that back thumb stud. My buddy can. It's just for some reason I cannot find the hot spot or the right spot to put my finger. It's got a very crisp detent, but it's by no means too stiff. I think it's just perfect. I just think this knife is perfectly set up for the thumb flick for a righty. The flipper tab is very enjoyable, very easy to manipulate, goes in and out of pocket fantastically well. And again, it's a statement piece. To me, it just really makes a statement. Let's take a look, get a couple of size comparisons, then we'll get some dimensions because this is not a small knife. Let's look at it since my 4max has been sent off. Let's look at it next to the 8010. Guys, it is a full-size knife. That is it next to the Civivi Baby Banter. Let's look at it next to the Benchmade Bug Out. And the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So guys, it is right around the size of the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 in length. Also going to fall into that same width area. On the Phoenix, you've got this really nice geared carbon fiber back spacer. Very clean, just T8s all the way around, including the pivot. Love that. Have not taken it apart yet. Maybe we'll do a skiff upgrade on this one and see if our skiffs will work in here. But right now, I can tell you that it's just got action for days. It's got detent that is just spot on, whether I finger flick it, whether I thumb flick it. And if I could find out where I need to put pressure on my middle finger, I'm sure I could middle finger flick it too, but I'm not able to find that sweet spot. So let's get a couple of actual measurements of this guy. Break out the Javon promotional tape measure. And we will learn that this guy is right at 8.5 inches. It has a blade of right around 3.5 inches. Has a cutting edge of 3.5 inches. Has a handle, I'm going to call that 4 3/4. And then from the back of the handle to where I put my finger behind that little guard, it's right about 4 1/4. That's the dimension from here to here. So guys, for a full-size knife, it carries much smaller. The blade is fully contained in the handle. I think it's got a very elegant closed look. I think it's kind of got a wicked open look. Most importantly, it's got our brother Satisfaction stamp on it. Guys, this is a knife I did not hesitate to pick up when I saw it at White Mountain Knives. I knew I wanted to try one, even though it's not my normal jam. And I can tell you that it has really kind of converted me to the blade shape. Am I going to go out and buy a lot of trailing points now? Probably not. But I think that the way that this was done is extremely elegant. I love the way that that fuller follows the contouring of this flat ground, super thin blade. Let's see how thick that is. Let's see if we can get a measurement on the blade stock. 0.1270. And if I get behind the edge, which I'm not good at, we see it right at 0.0105. And then the handle, I'm guessing, is around a 1/2 inch, 0.52. And the weight, 4.25. Very respectable. Guys, go out and check out the Kizer Phoenix. This is the only colorway that I'm available that this first drop is available in. I know they were at White Mountain Knives. If you find one at White Mountain Knives, you can use the code Javon10 to save 10%. It'll be at all the major knife stores. It's on Kizer's website under the new arrivals, and it is just a really elegant full-size knife. If you like the size of a para II, you're going to love the size of the Phoenix. The sharpening choil is done very well. Where that plunge comes down and gets thick, you've got several sharpenings there. You've got just a very refined package. And you'll have a piece of satisfaction. And a little piece of Eli. Team satisfaction. Guys, I appreciate you watching the video. I hope you found this knife as interesting as I did. It really is a banger. I can highly recommend it because it just has such good action. Perfectly centered between those carbon fiber scales. Springs to action. You've got this nice treated blade. If you're looking for a full-size knife, guys, don't overlook the Kizer Phoenix. It is a banger. I appreciate y'all more than you know. All I ask is that you'll please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. I love y'all. Peace.